In a world where your data is constantly under attack, one company stands for your digital freedom. Introducing CALIX Solutions, your gateway to ultimate online privacy and secure cryptocurrency trading. Meet the Liberty laptop. With its modified OS and advanced tracking prevention, it's your shield against surveillance. Access restricted areas, use recommended security software, and browse with confidence. Your digital footprint? Virtually non-existent. For the crypto pros, we present the Crypto Laptop. Pre-configured on premium hardware for secure trading. Optimized for your favorite wallets and exchanges, it's the fortress your digital assets deserve. Both laptops come with expert individual training and support. You're never alone in your journey to digital empowerment. At CALIX Solutions, we put you in control. No more worrying about data breaches or compromised transactions. Ready to join the revolution? Visit calixsolutions.io and choose your perfect laptop today. Plus, become an affiliate and earn while sharing the power of digital freedom. CALIX Solutions. Unlock your digital freedom. Give us a call or text at 702-845-8276 or visit us directly at calixsolutions.io.
And we are. Welcome everyone to the Wednesday show, where once a week, Patrick is allowed out of the retirement home and he hits all of the usual, doctors.
I have an ankle monitor.
Yes.
They put an ankle monitor on me.
Wow. They need to. You need to be tracked and watched. Because who knows what type of trouble you'll get. Next thing you know, we have a silver alert. Then everything goes to hell. We find you out in the middle of the woods hunting like random
critters, yeah.
Yeah, or children, whichever. But how are you, Patrick?
I'm doing fine, despite the verbal abuse that I take. Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Well, you tell your wife just to chill out on that first.
I will. Yeah. Now we're doing fine. Had a nice Thanksgiving. Went and visited family in Chicago. We haven't done that in some time, and it was cold.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, how cold is the wind off of that lake?
Well, it wasn't coming off the lake. It was actually coming. It was an Alberta clipper.
What's that mean?
Well, there are fronts that come through, and they originate in Alberta, Canada. They're coming down from the northwest to the southeast at an angle, and
okay.
It's a fast wind. It's at least 20 miles an hour, and it's approaching single digits. Now, I think the low was 12, 14 in some areas. Feels like 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But you know what? Okay. So we just made sure we got inside faster and had a great time. Yeah.
Yeah. Florida and losing weight has totally ruined me.
Yeah, I would think so. I think that would just cut right through you.
Yeah. It hit like 65 yesterday.
Yeah, and you were chilled.
Oh, I had a jacket, a hoodie, I had on gloves. I swore it was going to snow. I mean, it was so cold here.
The emasculation of Bitcoin Ben.
Oh, totally. I would rather get into a fight than go out in the cold. It has, at least with a fight, you can win. In the cold, you're done. You're surrounded. No place to run.
Yeah. Not good.
And what can you do?
Right. Right. Move back north. Move back north.
Yep.
Man up.
I don't want to. I want to stay Floridized. It's like, now, what you said you wanted to actually talk about tariffs.
Yeah, I wanted to start the conversation about tariffs because I don't think anybody's really, there's a number of things. I don't think a lot of folks believe that this is coming. It's coming.
Well, yeah.
And
or at least the threat with execution on some of them.
It's coming. And now it's not, I mean, auto manufacturers from outside the U.S. coming in, you're going to get hit.
Oh, you're going to get hit hard.
Electronics coming in from China, you're going to get hit. I think you might be right to some degree. Produce coming out of Mexico, but there's going to have to be a quid pro quo. There's going to have to be some give up. With Mexico, and I think Canada's just toast.
They're already toast.
Yeah, but I think the clamps are going to come down even harder on Canada, just because they've acquiesced on a number of social levels. I don't think Trudeau survives the next election.
No, I completely agree with you, because there's a shift that is coming.
Yeah.
And I mean, Trump has pretty well laid it all out. He was like, we're transitioning into how America used to run, mainly on tariffs. The way they are going to cut the government, it will fund it.
Right.
It will absolutely fund it. I mean, I don't think people appreciate how much Trump, because word is, they're looking to cut federal government by 80% within the first 2 years.
Well, there's a lot of patronage jobs that are going to be gone.
Yeah, and a lot of useless bureaucrats.
Non-essential personnel.
Yeah, are going to be. Now, I think they're doing it right. Because a lot of these bureaucrats are not evil people. They're just, people who applied for, like my dad. My dad joined the post office because, shit, you can't get fired from the post office. He was proof that you can't get fired from the post office. He did everything he could to get fired. Nope. They just put your ass up in an office and go, if the phone rings, answer it.
Right.
That was his gig.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there are bureaucrats, but I think ultimately the reason those bureaucrats exist is to deliver votes and campaign funds. Back to the tariffs, I want to point something out, that there's talk that electronics and laptops are going to get hit 45% increase. 45%.
Well, luckily, we don't own a laptop company.
No, we have nothing to do with that. Yeah.
There any way we can front run these?
Well, And my point is, if you've been putting off getting a laptop,
Oh, hell yeah.
you better reconsider putting that off, because we won't increase our margin, but there's nothing we can do about the inventory. So that price is going to go up. And it depends on what type of machine.
Yeah. Look at Bitcoin Bull. Buy your Liberty and crypto laptops now.
Yeah.
Damn right.
And January 20th, those tariffs go into effect. Yeah. So does the increase in the price for our laptops. So just be forewarned. Something else I wanted to talk about, if I could, is I had gotten a call on Monday. I was in here Monday, and I get a call from the screen says Google.
Ooh,
now, I've known
Google called you.
Yeah. And I talked about this on Cyber Stuff last week, but during the general call on Wednesday, I wanted to bring this one up just to give everybody a heads up. This is the second time I've gotten one of these calls. One was on a personal level, and the first one was they're calling me. Google is calling me to tell me that there's been an action filed by somebody who says they are the family of the decedent who holds the email address that I hold. So I got this phone call saying, listen, there's some question as to the legitimacy of who's using this email account. I need you to go online. Does your phone have Gmail? And I said, yes. And they said, we want you to authenticate something online. I said, why would I do that? And they said, well, in order to keep your account, because if you don't, within 24 hours, it's gone. We're probably
fast.
Yeah.
Boy,
well, right then, that told me this was a scam call. Right.
Yep.
I mean, first of all, their first point is to create pain or fear or both. The second one is to provide you with a solution. And that requires immediate action and urgency. And I was like, oh, okay. So I stayed on the phone for 5 minutes going, so tell me, why is it that if this is my email address and somebody is filing for ownership of it, that I don't see any of the documentation that's going back and forth between you and them? I should be able to see that because they're talking about my email address. Well, sir, I will get that to you, but you're going to have to authenticate first. I said, no, that's not happening.
Yeah.
That's not happening. My point here is this is one of the scams that's out there taking place. People are saying they're with Google. You're going to have to give them information that turns over that account to them. And one of the things that they can do is get on your phone and SIM jack you. That's what they would wanted to do with me by the authentication process. So you see Google pop up on the screen. Google's not calling you. Google is not calling you. This is the new social engineering trick du jour. So, yeah.
So they claimed you had died.
Yes. And I argued that no, it's drastically exaggerated.
Who was it that said that?
I believe it was.
My death have been greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, I can't remember who. I believe it was a president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Ronald Reagan, maybe. That sounds like a Reagan
No,
joke.
it was well before Reagan.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it was Mark Twain. It was Mark Twain. That's right.
Yes, Mark. Boy,
at 173, I still have a memory, don't I?
That's right. Yep, that's right, Joe.
Yeah. So my point is, anytime you see a phone call come in and it has Google on the screen, don't answer it. Don't answer it. Or play with them, one of the two, but never give them what they want.
No, it's as a great American once said, it's a scam. Fucking Tone Vay. Shout out Tone. It's so I'm sitting here looking around X earlier this morning, and Putin was at an economic meeting over in Russia, and he was asked about the Bitcoin. His exact or his words are, it is definitely a usable technology for people and governments, and the attractiveness of it is that no one controls it. He said that is a feature, not a flaw. And for Putin
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
publicly say,
Yep. That's
you
big.
know,
That's big.
what, that Bitcoin is not going nowhere, that it's a useful tool for people and governments. He runs a government, and that what makes it attractive is that no one controls it. It's decentralized. Because I mean, Putin has been living under sanctions almost since he was elected in 93, 95.
Well, that's why they have their mining operations.
Exactly. Well, yeah. The Russian government is mining Bitcoin. Putin signed the law what was it, a month ago or something like that, that allocated funds for them. Rumor has it they've already been doing it, just not really giving it no lip service, which I don't believe. I mean, I am sure that Putin would never do anything that the public wasn't aware of.
Oh, no. Full disclosure, transparency.
That's what he's all about. He
Yeah.
was like, we do not kill opposition leaders or any media people. We do not have them killed. If you know of any, please email us at,
Pravda.
yeah. Please email us at info@gulag.com.
Well, the name of the national newspaper was Pravda. TASS was another one. Pravda is Russian for the word truth. So, yeah. Hey, there was a good question up here. Randy Smith had asked a question. Why does Caleb and Brown use two-factor authentication through Google then? I didn't like signing up for that. The two-factor authentication is a service that Google provides, and it's unique for everybody who signs up. You have the QR code that you scan generates a new account for you, and Google manages that. If Caleb and Brown were to try to manage a two-factor authentication process, it would cost them more than they earn in fees. It's cost prohibitive, and that's why Google does it. It's a loss leader for them, but it maintains authentication capabilities, and it's not been breached.
Yeah, it's really just a very simple software. You know, it's just hosting it with that much traffic.
Right. Yeah, and Caleb and Brown wants your social security number because of regulatory requirements. They have to be compliant with AML, anti-money laundering policies, as well as know your customer. It is a requirement. Now you can go some of the DeFi exchanges and sign up there, and you're not going to have to do jack, but you're going to have to find them. And the question is, what's their reliability?
Yeah.
Think FTX when you do that.
That Caleb and Brown, it's why they're the only over-the-counter I've ever associated myself with. When they opened, it was like 2017. It was a father, a son, I think 2 sons, and like a few employees. And then I had Zooms with them. I had talks with them. The leadership is very faith-oriented, and their principles were aligned with mine. And I haven't had one person who used Caleb and Brown ever reach out and go, you know, they did me wrong.
Yeah, same here. Never.
Yep. It's
now there's an advantage to using them besides the fact that they do a good job. Now they're not as fast. They're not as fast as Kraken or Gemini or Coinbase or any of the other exchanges. That's true. The advantage is they're offshore, and if anything were to happen, and you would have problems liquidating, let's say regulatory agencies start to put the clamps down here. Now that probability has diminished to 0. But under the previous administration or this administration, we could have found ourselves dealing with an SEC that highly regulated any liquidation of assets and your path to doing so. If that were the case, you'd be able to liquidate through Caleb and Brown because it's offshore.
Yes.
And they can push it to your bank account.
And as this just said, right, they do not disclose any transactions to the U.S. government. They are not required to.
But in order to do business in the United States, that's what they have to do.
The only information that they give out, if the U.S. reaches out to them, the only thing they have to do is verify that you have an account. That's it. Not how much it was used, how much flowed through, how much you sold. Nothing. And that's why at our clubs, we, Caleb and Brown are going to have, or our clubs will have a Caleb and Brown authorized agent at each of our clubs. And they are getting their money transmitting license for America as we speak. So our clubs are going to be Caleb and Brown authorized. over the counters, which means that our clubs, via their license, will be able to we are basically going to be your hometown Bitcoin bank. Our clubs will have the ability to do banking through Caleb and Brown. Eventually, our apps for the clubs will resemble something like the Fold app, where you'll actually be able to purchase your Bitcoin on your club app through Caleb and Brown API. That's in year 3. So we are that's why these clubs are so unique, because we are the first out of the gate, brick and mortar, walk-in Bitcoin banks. Now, you don't have to walk in. You can just use our website and our app. But we'll have locations all over the country where if you're close, you want to swing by and grab some swag or hang out for like a conference or something, or a class, like CALIX is going to offer a CALIX Solutions certificate. And if you have a CALIX Solutions certificate, you'll be able to sign up as a consultant through the club. And that way, people who join the website, there will be an area of the club website where we have one-on-one consultants that you guys can actually get jobs as consultants through the website. And if you live close enough to a club, you can actually work as an on-site consultant. So let me sound like a politician real quick. We're creating jobs, folks. We're a job creator.
Yeah, don't go into politics.
Oh, Jesus. Trump wouldn't even want me to be a friggin' politician. He is like, boy, you ain't right enough. You're a little bit too crazy. But one more thing about Caleb and Brown. When all these other exchanges are shutting down, like Coinbase always does, Caleb and Brown, you send your rep text, hey, I want to sell some Bitcoin, or hey, I want to buy some Bitcoin. Okay. There you go. And they have a system that's flawless. just absolutely flawless and easy. If you want to sell some, they send you information. You use that information. You send in your Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency that they offer. They offered a halfway decent amount. And and then they wire you the money like next day. That's why I use them. All right, Patrick, what do you think about some of Trump's nominees? Who's really impressed you?
The cat he's got going in at Department of Justice.
How about the head of FBI?
Oh, well, he's going to oversee the FBI. The Attorney General is Bondi.
Yeah.
So he's going to oversee the FBI, and he has a couple of other operations. And there's talk. This was interesting. There's been talk, bipartisan conversations about removing the Secret Service from Homeland Security. We had this conversation in the past about not Social Security, Secret Service. Secret Service had been under the Department of Treasury.
Yeah.
Initially, and it started there because they were responsible for investigating counterfeit activities. So they had been under the Treasury for the longest time, and then under Bush, I believe they were brought in under Homeland Security, which was created in that monstrosity that they have hatched. Is, I think, become completely ineffective. Mayorkas is in charge of that, right? So I think he has some good folks in their Department of Defense, Secretary of Defense. I think he's going to bow out. Haggith?
Well, they've been going after him hard.
Yeah, they have been. And they went after Gates the same way, and they used the same old stuff. You know, it was a sexual issue. With Gates, they said they alleged that he was having sex with a 17-year-old repeatedly and paying for it. And that was BS. They tried a honeypot. And the first thing that they actually tried was they tried to get contributions out of his old man. His old man's loaded. They wanted $20 million from him.
Who is?
Gates is dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know.
And they said, and Matt cut it off and goes, nope, not happening. That's not happening. So that didn't work. And Gates realized he was a cinder block around Trump's neck and was like, this isn't going anywhere. And they're trying the same thing with the Secretary of Defense. They're trying the same game plan. His stuff had been investigated.
Yeah.
And it had been deemed that it was consensual. His partner was married at the time, but she got cold feet, is what they're saying, is what the investigation turned out. And so they continue to hammer on that he had an inappropriate relationship with this woman. It wasn't Hoyle. You would hope that somebody would be a little bit more moral and ethical about this. But he by no means committed any crime. But they're using the same old tactic in order to get this guy moved.
See what I'm at the point where I don't give a shit who you slept with. I want someone in there that's gonna do, like Ash Patel. He's gonna rip the FBI into shreds.
And interestingly, a number of them have said that they're going to resign if he gets the job. Well, you know what? That might be what we're looking for. So
Yeah.
you are right. Yeah, you are right. But I do have concern about who you slept with if you're part of our government, because that gives somebody leverage. That's the potential for blackmail, extortion, having been caught in a compromising position gives somebody the ability to make you do things that you don't want to do, but now you're forced to.
I just read a headline on Newsmax that Hegseth said Trump told him to keep fighting.
Well, we'll see.
Trump, if he nominated you, he wants you in there. And Trump will have your back.
He will have your back, but at some point, and this was the case with Gates, there's political capital that has to be spent in order to make that approval go through. And they will exact that price at a later date.
And
the question is,
there's something going on with that.
And you know what? I don't know why he didn't go to Bondi in the first place.
Because he smiled way too big whenever he said he was backing out. I think they're going to make him a special prosecutor.
That could be, but
and he doesn't have to have any approval.
No, and he has no prosecutorial experience. But okay,
you don't have to.
No, you don't have to. But I think I want somebody who has that experience.
I want someone who can bring in lawyers to assist him, but I want someone who has the balls. He's an intelligent man.
Oh, absolutely, he is, and he has the courage to do it. But
yeah.
There's another place for him. There's another place for him. I think you put somebody in the prosecutorial side of things. Those crimes had to have been committed in that particular area, geographically.
Yeah.
In order for them to go after whomever that is, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. And in my mind, that causes restrictions. But again, we will see.
Wow. United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson fatally shot in Manhattan.
5:30 this morning.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
50 years old. And you don't know, unfortunately, you don't know in New York City if this was just a random act or if somebody was pissed off about the fact that they had their transitioning surgery denied. I don't know.
Seems early, though. Seems early in the morning for a robbery.
Oh, I'm not suggesting robbery.
Like that. Yeah.
Because
that early, I'm assuming he's out for a jog or something. And I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of people that get like disappeared or they disappear themselves. As we get closer to January 20th.
Well, I'm fearful that there's going to be some attacks against some of the candidates.
Oh, I agree. That's why Trump isn't out in the public as much. They're basically going to keep him hunkered down until the day. And you talk about security. The day he's sworn in, they're going to fly him in a bulletproof Iron Man fucking looking outfit. His fucking makeup is going to be friggin' bulletproof.
Orange bulletproof man. Yeah,
That's right. Have you looked at what's going on over in France?
yeah. The prime minister's getting called on a vote of confidence for the government. They're going to have to do a revote on that. That's my understanding.
Well, it's no. She's fighting back.
No, it's a guy. He's a prime minister.
Oh,
You're talking about the head of the Conservative Party.
Yeah, no. Over in France, he's fighting back because he was elected.
Sure, he was, but then the Conservative. He did something. I can't remember what it was. He pushed something through without calling for a vote, and by doing that, he puts in place the opportunity for the opposition to hold a vote of confidence. And if that vote of confidence comes through against him, there's a new election that'll take place. That's my understanding.
Yeah, but I think the public is with him.
I would agree with that. Now, did you see when he was installed, all of the members of parliament refused to shake his hand as they were walking past?
He's Trump.
Yeah, he's a conservative.
Yep. And then we have South Korea.
Oh yeah.
That shit show.
Yeah. I'm declaring martial law because the North is going to come storming down here anytime now.
Yeah, and that president, that's what they're going to try here with Biden. Something's going to happen, and they cannot let Trump into the White House. Trump's going to have to kick his way into the White House because they know as soon as he's in, this shit's over. Their whole system is dead. And they're gonna just like in South Korea. Because Joe Biden is gonna say, well, it's a state of emergency. We have to save democracy. And Trump's going to be like, fuck you, I'm coming in, motherfucker. And it's going to come to a head. And
so you're saying that there's not going to be a peaceful transition of power that they've been claiming that there's going to be? Much like I'm not going to pardon my son. I'm not going to interfere with the wheels of justice.
Think about it. After the election, if they would have said, we're not letting them in, nope, not going to do it, many Americans would already be planning a trip up to Washington. But if they wait till the last minute, where there can be no organized resistance. That's how they're going to do it, just like the president in South Korea.
Well, they can do that. It doesn't make it so.
Right. Well, that's the whole case. Is Trump? That's why number 17, whether you believe in it or not, that's why it said it will always come down to the military. It always does. And Trump is going to be installed by the military, not the upper brass. The upper brass is going to be removed from power from the lower brass, the real generals. That's why Trump, remember years ago when he had that photo op and it was all those generals? And he asked the press, do you know what this is? No, Mr. President, what is this? This is the storm. They have no idea what's coming. Trump does. This is, folks, for the first time since the Civil War, we're gonna have some civil shit going on. We're gonna have some Joe Biden saying, nope, I'm declaring martial law. And watch what happens January 6th. Watch what they try and do January 6th. I'm telling you, that Biden is gonna try an Abraham Lincoln. Writ of habeas corpus. And all hell's gonna break loose.
Well, you know that they are going to try. Raskin has said as much, that January 6th is going to be an act of denial.
Yep.
The problem with them is they don't have the votes.
Not yet.
No, well, they don't. I mean, you got the Republicans took the House and they have the Senate. And it's the House that makes that vote.
That's true. What if a few House members wind up getting in a bad, car accident?
True.
This is serious.
No, I understand. And I would expect the same thing to happen on the Democrat side.
Yeah, because he flat out said, we're going to have to deny Trump the presidency and then all get private security.
Right.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, you are. But it ain't going to be from us. It's going to be from the rank and file military and local police and the National Guard. You don't think Missouri won't send up some fucking National Guard? You don't think Florida will?
Oh, yeah.
They will.
Yeah.
And that's why Trump, I guarantee Trump, while Trudeau was at Mar-a-Lago, bet you Trump showed him some aerial pictures of some blue helmet motherfuckers right by the American border over in Canada.
Oh, you bet on it. Well, also CCP. I mean, CCP was training up there, right?
Yeah. And there are camps right over the Mexican border that are all Chinese. They're being processed. I bet they are, motherfuckers.
I'm particularly fond of the notion that number 47 is going to declare the cartels as being terrorist organizations, international terrorist organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives special forces the ability to go in and remove the hornet's nest.
Oh yeah, and these guys have been itching for some action like this. Like, okay, you're shipping this fucking poison into our country. As soon as Trump gives special forces the green light, oh shit, they're gonna be the happiest submissions you ever seen. They're gonna be like, this is a mission I've wanted for years.
Oh yeah. Yeah, can't stop the fentanyl, won't stop the fentanyl, won't stop the drug movement. Why is that? Oh, that's part of your retirement plan. Now I understand.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of special forces and current special forces that are all just raring to go. Even if for some reason it trickles down to like local, where the sheriffs have to get involved. There's a lot of us just regular guys who are like, look, I'll do whatever the fuck you say. You show me a door, I may not know, I may never have been trained on fucking kicking in a door, but I'll give it my damn's best. You know, because if it reaches that point, hey, it is what it is, baby.
Yeah.
And I know there's some country bumpkin fucks out in Missouri that are actually, one of them I know because he's a truck driver, and he's as country as they fucking get. He's already said, he was like, nah, we gotta do what we gotta do. We've already talked with the sheriffs. The sheriff wants us to hang around or something like that. We just gonna have to do what we gonna have to do. My grandpa used to say, you know, yeah, there's some backwoods, you know, fucking
salt of the earth. Salt of the earth, brother. Can't have enough of them.
Yep, every Saturday night at the bar, every Sunday morning at church, praying for what the hell they did on Saturday night.
Well, you know, yeah.
Me and the boys got in a little scuffle last night at the bar. Hang on, let me go get my shotgun out of the truck real quick. It's these. How about the inaugural? I can never say that damn word.
Inauguration.
to move to Mar-a-Lago. I don't know. And I don't need an event. I don't need some humbug. Put his hand on the Bible, swear him in. It can literally be on an airplane, like with Lyndon B. Johnson's shithead ass. Swear him in on the plane. Trump doesn't give a shit whether he's sworn in on a plane or on a stage.
I absolutely, yeah.
And I think it's going to be so crazy. This evening at the 6 o'clock show I'm doing this evening, we're going to be listening to some Cliff High latest videos on information he's received through his web bots. He's actually calling up to the end of January, the age of May of, I think it's Melee, the end or what is like month of Melee, where all hell's gonna break loose. You aren't gonna know what's coming and going. There's gonna be so much shit breaking out, and that's all on purpose, because they want to flood the zone with so much shit about aliens, so much shit about...
Yeah, I started seeing that last night about on Fox. They had a thing on an alien invasion. Okay.
Yeah, they're taking everything and throwing it up against the wall. And that wall has a window. And they're trying to cover the window so no one can see what's going on in Washington, D.C.
Yeah. I was amused.
Everyone, we've been talking for an hour.
We always do. It always goes for an hour. We were an hour and 10 minutes last week.
Oh, I know. There's so much we can talk about, you know. I mean, Bitcoin.
I know. And time flies when you're having fun. So,
word is that Apple is going to buy Bitcoin.
How about Microsoft?
Yeah, that I think they bought more, right?
Well, Microsoft was in the process of determining whether they were going to or not. Michael Saylor actually did a pitch to Microsoft shareholders as to why they should do that and grow the value of the company relative to what he did with MicroStrategies. Now, it's an apples to oranges comparison in terms of what the companies, how the companies are positioned and what they've been doing. The treasury at Microsoft does some pretty complex stuff, and MicroStrategies was like the Russell 1000. So these guys would buy and trade different securities on a daily basis, $1 million, $2 million here and there, inflows, outflows, no great movement. But then they decided, hey, we need to go this Bitcoin route, and took that path. Now, whether the Microsoft shareholders see this as being a viable path has to be, I think today's the day, or was it yesterday? I want to say it was the 3rd. Yeah,
I think it was the 2nd or 3rd. I think it might have actually been on Monday.
And I haven't seen beans in terms of the result. But that was,
they actually vote on, I think, the 10th.
Okay. Yeah.
But word is that it's looking good, and they're only talking allocating like I don't know, like 3 or like 5%. So like,
Well, for them, that's pretty significant, right?
well, they got $500 billion in cash sitting there. 5% of that is 25 billion. Damn, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just my walking around money.
That's right. That's my pocket money, just in case I want to grab lunch. You know, just in case I want to buy a freaking country.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just amazing that this month I think is going to be the month to remember, and I think it's going to be so crazy that Santa Claus may just like postpone Christmas and be like, look, there's too much weird shit going on. I ain't got time for all this.
I got to buy some Bitcoin. You know what I find interesting is that the dominance has dropped from like 57%. It's floating around 52% now.
Yeah.
And that's great. For altcoin holders, that rocks. So yeah, I think it's okay if Santa takes a day off.
Yeah, well, he deserves it. The guy has been working year in and year out, one day a year for a long time.
Yeah.
Let's just give him the whole year off. It's this month, I think, is going to be, and I can't even say like this month, like the next 45 days are going to be some of the most amazing 45-day period we've ever had.
Well, I think it goes beyond that. I do. I think we'll be into the summer and early fall where we'll continue to see all-time highs on a number of altcoins.
Oh, I know that I have a limited period of time that I'm going to be able to reach you. There are some altcoins that if they hit a certain price, Patrick will no longer exist.
No, that's not true. I would never do that.
He is going to have his fingerprints literally burned off. He's going to change his name to Jose. He is going to
or Hose B.
Or Hose B. You're basically going to be that graphic of Homer Simpson where he like soaks in to the hedge.
Yeah.
He suddenly disappears. That's going to be Patrick. This altcoin run, we will never see Patrick again.
That's not true.
We'll go up to St. Louis and his house will be empty. And there will be a note, Dear Ben. And I'll open the note and all it's going to say is, your shoes are in the living room. I will not be at your funeral, but you will be in my prayers.
You'll have to dress yourself. You'll have to dress yourself.
We'll be watching to verify the shoes are worn. I
Right.
will. All right, Patrick, where can people watch us in an hour with CALIX Solutions, and where can people get a CALIX Solutions crypto laptop
Sure.
or Liberty laptop pre-45% hike in tariffs?
Laptops are available at www.calixsolutions.io. You will find the link to crypto laptops and Liberty laptops top left. You'll be able to place your order online. You have any questions, send them to info@calixsolutions.io. You can also call us 702-845-8276. You can text us at that as well. It's probably better emailing us, info@calixsolutions.io. The team sees that. If you want to get the video that's going to be on for cyber stuff at 11 o'clock Central, 12 Eastern, and 9 o'clock Pacific time, you would, being a client, go into the portal and go to CALIX Cyber Suite and order a subscription, either for cyber stuff or the helpline. Either one will give you access to the videos. We send you an email link for the live version. You go into the portal and watch the archives. Bunch of videos within the archives. So
Yep.
get at it. You can join in, chats there. So you can throw us a question if you'd like. We talk about, it's primarily crypto conversations, what's going on, what you can expect, certain scams that are coming, those types of things. So it's a heads up.
If you own cryptos, this is something you'll want, because actually Patrick slithers through the sludge of the internet and finds all of the latest crypto hackers and the snakes and all the little assholes trying to get your money, and warns you about it. So, love you guys. Patrick, love you. And we will see you in about an hour.
Yeah.
Noon Eastern time, 11 Central time.
9 o'clock Pacific.
Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye now.
Are you ready to unlock the potential of cryptocurrency? Welcome to Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club, the premier destination for crypto enthusiasts and investors worldwide. Our mission? To demystify cryptocurrency and create a supportive community where you can learn, network, and grow. Imagine being part of a thriving crypto ecosystem in various cities around the world. In our first year, we're establishing physical hubs in key cities and launching an informative website. You'll have access to exclusive events, expert-led sessions, and a wealth of resources at your fingertips. Year 2 brings expanded educational programs and a mentorship system to pair crypto newbies with seasoned investors. We're not just a club, we're a movement. Our annual crypto conference will put us on the map as a global crypto capital. By year 3, we'll have our own app, a community investment fund, and a thriving ecosystem of crypto opportunities. Imagine being part of a group that's shaping the future of finance. Join us for workshops, seminars, and networking events designed to boost your crypto knowledge and investment potential. From beginners to experts, there's a place for everyone in our vibrant community. Together, we'll navigate the exciting world of digital currencies and blockchain technology. Ready to take control of your financial future and be part of something revolutionary? Experience our exclusive resort in El Salvador, a paradise for crypto enthusiasts. Call or text 941-391-3882 to join our Owners Weekly Call and start your journey with Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today.